Las Vegas, Nevada plays host to the UFC's Showpiece year-end pay-per-view as the seemingly unstoppable Cris Cyborg makes the first defense of her featherweight title against the hugely popular Holm. The Brazilian is undefeated since 2005 but will be wary of suffering the same fate as Ronda Rousey when she faces the Preacher's daughter in the main event. Elsewhere, Khabib Nurmagomedov makes his highly anticipated return against fellow lightweight contender Edson Barboza, with both bidding to stake their claim for a title shot. Here, Sports Mail takes you through the action on the main card. Cris Cyborg 1810 vs Holm 1130 featherweight championship. With Rousey all but retired, the night's headline act features the biggest women's fight the UFC can make. Cyborg, widely recognized as the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time, finally captured UFC gold when she finished Tonya Evinger back in July. The 32-year-old is undefeated since 2005, winning 17 of her 20 fights by knockout, and is looking to cement her status as the baddest woman on the planet. However, the hype surrounding the Brazilian is eerily reminiscent of that which surrounded Rousey before her downfall. And who initiated that downfall? None other than Cyborg's opponent at UFC 219, Holm. Rousey had built an aura of invincibility after dispatching of 4 opponents in a combined time of 2 minutes and 10 seconds, but it was shattered by a viscous head kick from Holm in 2015. The shocking victory in front of almost 60,000 people in Australia shot the former boxing champion to superstardom, but she would go on to struggle, losing the bantamweight strap to Miesha Tate before suffering 2 further defeats. But she rebounded from that 3-fight losing streak with another stunning head kick in June against Bethe Correia, and with the lack of contenders at 145 pounds, she gets a chance to upset the odds once more and become the UFC's first female 2-weight champion. It promises to be a display of elite striking as Holm's boxing and kickboxing SS collide with Cyborg's world-class Muay Thai. Whether or not the challenger, a natural bantamweight, can cope with the champion's size and power remains to be seen. Khabib Nurmagomedov 24-0 vs Edson Barboza 19-4 lightweight. When it comes to the biggest threats to Conor McGregor's lightweight title, one name is always in the conversation. Russian Sambo master Khabib Nurmagomedov holds one of the finest records in the sport, having won all 24 of his professional bouts, 16 of those coming by way of submission and knockout. UFC 219 fight card. Main card: Cris Cyborg vs Holm, Edson Barboza vs Khabib, Cynthia Calvillo vs Carla Esparza, John Lineker vs Jimmy Rivera, Carlos Condit vs Neil Magny. Preliminary card: Miles Jury vs Rick Glenn, Mark Diakes vs Daniel Hope, Louise Smoker vs Mateus Nicolau, Khalil Roundtree vs Michel Oleksiy, Chuck Marvin Vettori vs Omari Akhmedov. He has attained a near-mythical status with hardcore MMA fans with his ability to manhandle all those who come before him with his imperious grappling ability. However, his biggest fight has been with himself, specifically his weight. The Eagle remains the number 2 ranked 155-pounder in the world, but he has not fought since dominating Michael Johnson last November. Nurmagomedov had been scheduled to fight Tony Ferguson for the interim title in March but was forced to pull out after being hospitalized during a botched weight cut. The 29-year-old insists he has now got the situation under control, but fans will remain skeptical until they see him make the walk to the cage. If he does make it, then he will be faced with one of the biggest tests of his career, Brazilian Muay Thai and Taekwondo specialist Edson Barboza. The number 4 ranked contender is riding a 3-fight win streak, the most recent of those coming through a devastating flying knee finish of Beneil Dariush. Infographic kindly provided by Genting Bet. Barboza is one of the most dangerous strikers in the division, and if there are holes to Nurmagomedov's game, they are certainly on the feet. His opponent may have a flawless record, but Johnson and former champion Rafael dos Anjos are the only noteworthy names on it. Johnson was able to find success with his stand-up, but it was all over once the fight hit the mat. It could be a similar case here in this intriguing clash of styles.